Hello, everyone. We are live with a Season 14 Week 1 game. Today we have Grrn on the red side versus Dutch on the blue side. Let's see what they are bringing. We've got Grrn bringing a what looks like a Brotherhood, Doc Ock, or I guess it's Spider Foes, dual affiliation. He's also bringing Shadow King. We don't see him too often. And then against him is Dutch playing a looks like a Steve Avengers list with a bunch of charges and hops here. And joining me on commentary today is Vodka Blitz. How are you doing, man?
Doing great, doing great. Super glad to be streaming this match. I think both players are bringing really cool teams today, so I think this is going to be a blast and interesting to see both players in action.
Yeah, that's right. Gurn was saying how he wanted to bring Shadow King, so I'm hoping the crises align and we get to see that happen. He might just force it anyway, but yeah, we've got Thor and Steve. Like he's got a bunch of throws and uh different move actions or movements that are low costed that will allow his Steve Avengers list to move pretty quickly. Super powered scoundrels, alien ship.
Nice. On Dutch's side, I'm also seeing reserve members, so it leverages things like Thor and Black Panther, since they have leaderships to make sure reserve members always online for whoever he picks.
Yeah, so that would have to be under 3 threat, right? So it isn't. Are we locked into spectacular there then?
Yep, absolutely. Because Beast is actually an Avenger.
Right. Yeah. So that's Let's see if that comes out too. Very very cool. But let's see. Yeah, we've got deception and sacrifice on what looks to be Brotherhood Ock team. I'm not sure where he's gonna go on this one. What do you like? What do you think? Alien ship scoundrels. Is this like a mystique? You can put that token down on a back scoundrel. So um
That's
there's
what I
one with
think.
that.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see a Mystique-led Brotherhood team. Hopefully, bring Shadow King since he brings a lot of displacement. And with his astral projection token, gets to like move around, quote unquote, and hopefully displace other models with his incredible builder. So hopefully, we're going to see some of him. Because I think he's a super interesting character that we haven't seen a lot of since he released.
Yeah, the only problem here is that like the cover might deter Gurn from playing him, right? Because now, yeah, he's gonna get long range shots, but he's not gonna be contesting that objective with this token,
Yeah,
and therefore, it's gonna be a little weaker. But like I don't know, there's you can if you get the damage through, isn't damage based movement and then
yes,
wild on the wild route.
yep.
So it's 6 dice mystic too, and you know what? I've played Steve Avengers a little bit, and not a fan of being hit by mystic attacks. So
I don't doubt it, and I think that by and of itself already leverages uh, the scenario well. Like it can bring a lot of control, and with Nightmare Vision, he gets to like hopefully displace other models. So he could theoretically stand on one of like the backside ambush, project towards the middle of the board, and like functionally control up to three scoundrels with nightmare visions.
right. Another thing too is of course Steve Avengers is all about those power discounts, and the route is like the exact opposite of that. So it's like there's the there's an element of that. Although Dutch's team with like basically all of them have like that pay two for a placement, it
Yeah,
means that the advance that Shadow King would bring isn't going to be like as impactful. So it's really, yeah, you're right. If we see him, you're gonna want to see Shadow King's activation held as long as possible so that he's pushing activated characters off of points. But so let's see if that happens here. Agent Venom. I think we're gonna see an Agent Venom from Dutch though, just because the cover ignoring ability, and
yeah,
it's just very strong on this map. And then he's got the shield on Steve that also does that, so we can have both sides effectively ignoring the benefit of the crisis, or ignoring the cover that it gives. So let's see if that happens. But I would not be surprised to see Venom on the other side.
yeah. Absolutely agree with you there. I think. those characters and the toolkit they bring to the table here are pretty relevant. I think I'd probably expect either Vision or Thor, maybe even Panther, just to capitalize and displace as much as they can.
Yeah, that's fair. The I don't remember seeing if either of them or if Dutch had Hulk or not, but they're playing
I
20 threat though, so that's interesting.
I
Lots of
don't
us here. No
recall
Hulk.
seeing
Yeah, there is
Hulk
no
on this
Hulk.
play, so it makes for a spicier Scoundrels game.
Yeah, both players not bringing anything higher than a 5 threat. We've got Juggernaut and Shadow King on the Brotherhood side, and then here we go. So let's see what they're bringing out here. We've got, looks like we'll go through Dutch's list here first. We've got Steve, Venom, Vision, Panther, and Bill. We got 5 4 threat characters here. He's bringing Eyes on the Prize, Sacrifice, or sorry, Eyes on the Prize, Brace, Avengers Assemble, Marked for Death, and Battle Plan, the new Avengers card, or it's unaffiliated. It's a Steve Rogers card. Against him, let's see what we got here. We've got, let's do this. We got Doc Ock, Mysterio, Lizard, Splashing, Juggernaut, and he's splashing Shadow King. All right, so we got Mystic Attacks here, and we've got Grand Illusion, Sacrifice, Do You Know Who I Am, Sinister Traps, and This Is a Robbery. All right, what do you think of that?
I really like both players' team here. I think both players, like every single character on the board now, has at least one, if not two plus forms of displacement. So I think we're going to see a heavy control game and a lot of fight for the secures. Neither players are bringing extract
Wow.
steals, so I expect just a lot of pushing and moving around.
Yeah,
Um,
that's cool.
on turn zero, I think I'd give Dutch a slight edge just because some of his characters have better action compression, but still against characters like Juggernaut or even Shadow King that can somewhat reposition themselves or threaten a larger range. I think this is going to be a very interesting match, and looking forward to see what both players do with the crisis combination.
That's right. Merzane in the chat is asking which bracket. These guys are in the Eastern bracket, and and actually Dutch is a local of mine, and he's a couple hours away from me. So when I go to those events that are in that area, he's always there. And also on top of that, Dutch has joined the Montreal team to go to WTC. So Vodka Blitz and him are future teammates, which is also pretty cool. So there maybe hopefully there's no bias in the chat here, but and Mike in the chat's also saying that he's simple man. He sees a Shadow King, he roots for Shadow King, and yeah, that's it's very hard to root against Shadow King. He has such a cool kit. So let's see how this one goes.
Yeah, I'm super torn. Like on one hand, I really want to root for my teammate, and on the other, like bringing spicy characters to a league matchup always brings joy to my heart. So it's gonna be tough to figure out which side I'm on for today.
Yeah, we're just here for a good time, right? We it's
Yep.
yeah,
And
so
honestly, for me, that's one of the big pluses of the league. Like you get to play really any kind of players, and there's a lot of people who take the league as an opportunity to experiment and try some more wacky stuff. And I know, at least for myself, it's always super fun to play against those players and have fun right there.
all right, we've got a judge question here that's coming up on the game chat. Um
Oh,
yes, he is yeah, yes. It is accurate to say all movement. Yes, perfect. Yeah, the Juggernaut and Rhino both love the Auk leadership here,
yeah.
and so let's see if he attacks. Like it's actually like all these characters love it a lot here. I mean that's kind of what you do with typically with the Doc Ock leadership is you just you fill your team up with characters who are hard to hit or like hard to get damage through on and things like that, so that they can get the power benefit without taking too much of a punishment. and on top of that, the power benefit they get can be translated to a harder kickback on your opponent with when when you activate your model that just got all the extra power and stuff like that. So yeah, this is I like all the
I
characters that are in the squad.
just noticed a pretty significant mistake, well, quote unquote mistake, I'd assume on Grrn's side. He has chosen the tactics card. This is a robbery with
Oh,
no rhino inside.
that's right. That's right.
Um,
Oh yeah, right. I was saying talking as if he had Rhino, but he doesn't have Rhino. Okay, yeah, that's a good call out. Maybe he made a last minute adjustment into Shadow King or something like that.
that's what I would expect. Like swap out for threat last minute. Um, and forgot to swap out robbery.
Yeah, but all right, let's see if he gets punished for it here. Let's see here.
Um,
Target party.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised by
Yeah,
Dutch's mark for death, with just how many rerolls and defensive tech the opposite side has. Like, there's a lot of slow movers, so I don't think it's going to be a super high impact card here because of that.
it's just like I think it's just helpful for like the cover. And I mean, like at this point, like the ceiling of that card is just like removing cover, and and then also maybe stopping a rotation at near the end of the game if like Lizard needed to double move to rotate. You can like play that card to completely shut down that option, something like that. So,
True. Like, it's still a good card, right? Like, it's never terrible, and denying cover can be pretty big here.
all right,
All right, so where does the sinister trap go?
looks like
Ooh,
he
on
put
the
it in
home.
front of Venom. I don't know. This that card is like big brain for me, too big brain for me. I don't know where to put it usually. Um, but I guess like away from Bill because like he could basically just like negate the damage. I'm not really entirely sure. He's using it more of just like early damage than it's then gonna have any sort of significant VP ability. Like yeah. So I would have considered putting it on the alien ship here, but we'll see how this works. Vision's in his transparent form, which means he's immune to collisions. His energy form, right? I think.
Yeah, I think that's the energy form. That's what I would expect at least. Let's see. Um,
Yeah.
I have it says phased, so it is energy form. Yes, this is the
Okay.
phase token. So now he cannot suffer collision damage. Um,
Right. What are we seeing for attacks? We've got mostly physical attacks here, so I we'll see if he switches to the physical form and gets immunity to pushes later in the game. We've got Lizard here double moving and taking the alien ship away. I think this is pretty reasonable because you're what's going on here? He's all right, yeah, he's just adjusting.
oh,
Because like Bill doesn't hit super hard usually and hmm. Actually,
yeah,
I'm
I
like
believe.
he's got 2 power for a size 4 throw though, so I don't know.
Yeah, but with tough hide and healing factor, you're not like too worried. Yes, getting that size four thrown at your face can be really disgusting. Um, but he could also just block it, right, or block a good amount of it.
Yeah, Lizard is a tough guy, so um, all
I think here
right.
one of the things I would have liked to see with Vision, because of enhanced density, since he cannot be pushed, he could have been a solid pick to trigger the Sinister Trap and not get displaced.
Oh yeah, very fair. Although it wasn't like, of course, like Grrn has like full. How does that work actually? Okay, so then he has to put the trap down, and then Vision gets to pick his form.
I think what timing is it for Vision? It's during the power phase,
Yeah,
and
they're both player effects in the power phase. Oh, oh, hold on. Sinister Traps is in
no.
the power phase, or is it in the after deployment, or at the end of deployment, or at the end of
Oh, that's a good
Yeah, I
question.
forget. Oh well. I mean, it doesn't. We're not like. Um, but
I'll look it up.
Vision is going to hit the trap here, and he's in his energy form, which means he can still get pushed. So unless we're
On this
mistaken on the
side,
form here,
yeah,
let's see what happens. But I'm pretty sure he's in his form that,
take 3. Yeah, same. I think he just like gonna.
and he
Is it?
is
Yeah.
getting pushed. Okay, so yeah, he is. Yeah, he's
All right.
in the energy form.
No, that seems like a dangerous gamble there. But yeah, because both are during the first power phase, Dutch would have had sorry, the player with Cryo, so Grrn would have had to go first there, and Dutch could have counterplayed on it. Oh, what happened?
Okay, so he
Oh,
is. Looks like he is in the physical form.
okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shift. Okay. Well, let's see here.
Sure. Phase.
It's got to be something else. It's not shift. It's like, oh, I don't know. You'll have to tell me what it is because I don't want to like mess up the
Oh, I
board.
just opened up Sinister Drop on the second
Yeah.
monitor. So yeah, he it is pushed as this. It's a mandatory effect. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I guess we should ask them. Like, is
yeah, I think it's a good question for later in the game. Maybe we're just not clear now. Oh yeah, there you go.
yeah. We just ask this density. All right. He's in. So he's in the enhanced density
He's in
form.
physical form, so he
All
doesn't
right.
get pushed.
Yes.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
All right. So he just went. He just went to this is the form. There we go. All right. Perfect. They adjusted it. So now he's back to his like the proper character state, the model state or whatever. All right. So yes, that makes a lot more sense. And now we've got Shadow King double moving up, making himself relevant and picking up the alien ship here. So now they're gonna have to attack him if they want to take that piece.
I think that I'm not this big fan of Dutch leaving 2 of the extracts, potentially all 3, up to Garn, but putting Shadow King down the middle really exposes him to be beat up by Black Panther. So it might just work in his favor there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that I would have loved to see Shadow King on a back scoundrel, at least on round one here, speak just to protect his. He's like what 6? So he's got 6 health, and he's got what is he?
3
Two, three,
physical
four,
defense.
3, 4, 5. All right, so just three, no mods, 3 physical defense, 6 health.
Because
Um,
now Panther can move, throw himself into
yeah,
Shadow King, either forcing the brace or getting a free throw into him, and then he can just do a builder and push him off the point right away.
right, right, that's right. And so the that's fair. Yeah, so the attack because the attack has auto push on it as well. So um, we'll see how that goes. But it looks like Venom is now grabbing the alien ship. So
Yep.
um, the interesting thing here is like I know you did say that that you would have liked to see the alien ships picked up from Dutch's side with like more urgency, but ultimately, um,
Yeah, it ended up
it
working
didn't
in
say it's the
his favor.
same. It's just that he had Dutch had last pick,
Yeah.
so it didn't matter too much. Um, but yeah. Anyway, Bills looks like Bill's getting ready to go into Lizard here. Let's see if he's gonna get the range on Bill or not. Looks like he is.
I think
Um,
you're pretty comfortable here being both
all
on
right,
the point.
so all right. I know that like all right. I know that like he's definitely got the range to throw into Lizard. All right, everyone can see that he clearly will have the range no matter where he goes in this tool. Although like I didn't really like how he had the medium tool out in a spot that wasn't part of his move action. So like, I need a little bit of a crispier play from Dutch moving forward here. But anyway,
Yeah.
ultimately he had the line like no matter what, so it's not a big deal here. But anyway, we've got the throw into Lizard. He has a decent block.
Lizard, very solid block, taking just the 1 damage because of damage reduction.
All right, all right. It's not gonna work. I don't know how to do it. Shift control. I'm trying. I'm trying, Mersane, and it's it should zoom in on a flipped card. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Shift.
Maybe I don't have the keys for it. I don't have like, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, Alt Shift, Alt Shift. So hold on. No, see, look at that. I've got something. Alt Shift doesn't work. I appreciate everyone trying to troubleshoot me through this. um, definitely doesn't. Yeah, maybe maybe that's it. Okay. Anyway, we've
Yeah,
got
Juggernaut.
Lizard only took 1 damage. That is huge
Well,
from a size 4 terrain throw going into him. Really helps keep the momentum, like the point momentum on Grrn's side for now.
I
By having
agree.
yeah.
And I think here on average, you're not too disappointed if you're Gurn, just because Lizard with 4 dice, damage reduction 1, on average takes what, about 2 from a size 4 throw, so it's really not as bad as it looks. Like it never feels great to have a size 4 thrown at you, but if you have someone that needs to take it, Lizard is probably a good candidate.
Yeah, that's fair. The um I can see like Gurn's thinking here, right? He is like got he can put some damage pressure on Vision now that he's already at like 3 health taken. I mean, like, I don't know. It feels juicy to me to go for it, but he does have 5 physical defense dice, which
Yeah,
is just like a lot. Okay. So he can't be pushed either, which is like the big other thing. So Juggernaut is like basically opting to hold off on doing any sort of damage here. Is he gonna burn his card right away? Looks like
I
he's
don't think
not.
so.
No, yeah, good. Smart.
Yeah, I agree. Ooh, going into Lizard here.
Nice. Thanks, Merzane, for the feedback there. It looks like I can't flip the cards as spectator. All right, so Steve is throwing into Lizard then.
Yep, shield throw. Oh,
Oh,
pretty
ooh, man,
pretty tough
Liz.
roll there. Uh, all right, it's 4, so dealing 3 to Lizard, putting him in a much more uncomfortable position than he was.
All right, and he gets his extra power at least. So there it goes. Is Beta Ray Bill on the point? Yeah, he is on the point.
Uh,
He's basically max range 1. So yeah.
yeah. Now I don't think Mysterio is within range 3 of Steve. Otherwise, he could have gotten his ricochet.
Yeah, not too far.
Yes, Mike. Bill is on the point.
All right, so now we've just got Doc Ock and Panther left. So maybe you like body block Panther from getting on the points with the move leap, or like you try to. I don't know. Maybe uh he's gotta get the right tool out. So what do you think? Do you think you put Ock in the middle here, or
That's tough. I think if you do that, you still open up Black Panther to any one of the 2 back points to just tie it, and still deny a VP. So I think no matter what Garn does here, I think Dutch can at least try to deny one of the secures.
yeah, Mike in the chat's making a good point here. Is that like Gurn has a lot of favorable matchups if you look at the pairings. So that's interesting
Yep,
to
that's a
see.
good call.
All right. Yeah, I like. I think this is reasonable. I think it's reasonable to put Ock here. He can flex to either side where needed next round. Um, and yeah, it's decent. I'm not sure if I would have. I maybe been more aggressive with him to try to stop the leap from Panther into Shadow King. Maybe I don't. But it's not that. I don't know if it's that big of a deal. Shadow King does have healing, right? So it's like if this
Yeah,
attack.
but 6 health is still relatively fragile. Like if he doesn't brace there, takes like 2 from the attack, he could be
Man,
exposed.
I might brace this just because like what else? What other things are there? Like I guess there's character throws. But
Um,
like, is Shadow King a
Three?
size 2 or
Yeah.
size?
Size 3, I think. Yeah, size 3.
He's size 3. Okay.
So here I
Oh,
think
he only
Panther
takes
is
1 damage though from
yeah.
the pounce.
Panther going into Shadow King, I presume. Oh, looks like he's debating sacrifice, maybe,
Okay.
or they're looking at.
Hard to brace when you don't have brace. They
Oh, very
got
good,
us. He
good
got
catch,
us.
good catch. Like it's so easy to assume that everyone's bringing brace, but uh,
I know.
yep,
Yeah, Mike
we
Mike
all
caught us
just did.
slipping. He caught us slipping. All right.
So here, no blocks, so squeezing 1, maybe 2 damage.
Yeah,
Yep,
not a
squeeze
great
2.
roll. You'd want more from Panther there. Now Shadow King can will be able to heal all of that damage next round with his
Yeah,
superpower. So it's he's only effectively he's only displaced Shadow King. Um, it's tricky though because this is man, I this is what I hate when my opponent does this, and that's put 2 characters into health positions that mean one of them is gonna go down if I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like now Grrn is a little trapped here because whichever one he doesn't activate will probably daze.
yeah,
And I hate when my opponent does that to me.
yeah. It forces you between a rock and a hard place, and you're kind of stuck, not having the liberty of choosing who to activate.
Yeah, it is. So a little bit of a bummer on that one that he's facing. Ultimately, Grrn is going to go up 1 VP here because he's going to hold 4 VPs to 3 on Dutch's side. So I just don't know if it's worth holding on the
Notably,
Lizard there or
yeah. Notably, Shadow King also has to roll for the power core, which could just straight up daze him, right?
yeah.
Uh,
Let's see if they remember to do that. They
since
oh no,
the
you mean
Lizard,
Lizard does. Lizard does. Yeah.
both Lizard and Shadow King.
Oh
So,
yeah, right. Yeah, they're both holding.
ooh, 2 damage on whoever that was.
Oh man. And there's no damage reduction either. It's not an enemy effect, so it could Lizard just could have. Who was that? Oh, it was Shadow King.
Okay.
So man, that is rough.
Yep, leaving him on 1 is really brutal. Yep, that I think paid off a lot for Dutch here. Then Lizard could just daze, right? And
Yeah.
that would be really, really rough.
Yeah, holding you're like clinching. I'm like clinching right now. He
Oh,
takes a one.
on
They're
1.
both on one.
And
Ooh.
without brace means Bill can just like attack or throw and daze Lizard, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this puts Garn in a very rough place. Like taking damage on both of his characters is pretty gnarly here.
Yep.
Bless you.
All right. So wow, that is tough. This is I was just saying how I didn't like it. This is like nightmare scenario.
The 2 characters on 1 top of your round.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think here I would like to preserve probably my 5 threat just because healing 3 probably makes a bigger difference.
So you
Um,
just you just let Lizard go. It's
yeah,
probably reasonable. I would agree. I think that you probably um you probably just try to heal and then bully Panther.
yep,
And then force him to activate Panther maybe earlier than he wants to, and therefore maybe Lizard gets a chance to activate because Panther now obviously has all the pressure against him. So I could see that playing out like that. But yeah, I agree that like Shadow King has the chance to make significant impact on the board here. So let's see if that's what he ends up going with. 3 dice with cover is because he has Mystic, right? So he has no counting blanks, no tech. It's just naked 3 with cover, and you've got 6 dice. There it goes. He's doing what we thought he would do, but he's
ooh,
looks like
maybe
he's going after Steve.
projecting. Paying 3, maybe he just plays Astral Fiend, and I think that's what he looks like. Like projecting with Astral Fiend and displacing either Bill or Steve.
Yeah, I mean, he's even. I mean, even there, he still obviously has Panther as
Yeah,
an option as well. Now that I see like how this whole thing played out, maybe Mysterio just like double walking to that middle alien ship would have been better, right? Because Panther would have to pounce into five dodge defense, and then also would have to attack into five dodge defense.
oh, that's true.
And that would have given a lot of blanks to Mysterio probably, or like a couple of instances where he can get blanks. And so
That's true.
that
And it's
maybe that would have
but it
been a
still
better play.
makes him vulnerable to being blown up by the alien ship, right?
Yeah, can't it
Right.
says can't displace Bill though. He just moves right back. Bill dunks on Shadow King hard. All
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Yeah, that is I can see that. The root
And
though, I mean the root is really like he hates the root, but he's also in Steve Avengers right now, so he doesn't.
yeah, Steve taking the shot instead, so I think that's the
Oh,
right
interesting.
call. Showing two. At least he gets the roots. Ooh, no blocks from Steve, so he will actually get displaced by Shadow King here.
All right. Only what I'm seeing is that only a gainer? I'm only seeing one
Uh,
pow.
he dealt one because of cover, right?
Oh yeah, right. The token floating
Yep.
meant confused me. All right, there, we got it.
So that was Shadow King's actions. I think he's just going to spend three to heal himself for three.
Oh yeah, man, I forgot the token as an action. Oh,
Yes. But
all
with
right.
that builder, honestly, I think if it wasn't an action, he would
Oh
have
no,
like
of course.
really
He'd be freaking insane.
crazy threat range.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree it would be too much. It's also just like it is a heavy that token is a heavy cost for sure.
And I think here, um, no, going near both on the back point is pretty ambitious. I can see him probably punching Mysterio, paying two to hit him for one. Hopefully get two and then hopefully get three and then throw Lizard and pick his token up. Um,
All right,
yeah.
so he is paying this 2 power to throw
Oh,
lizard
throwing
into the
Lizard
bucket.
to the barrel. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Lizard going down, and then Bill hit punching Mysterio, hoping to do one damage.
Yeah, which is interesting. 5 against 5 on Mysterio. I like it's not really
Yeah,
um
far from guaranteed.
yeah. And that's like that activation from Bill is okay, but like nothing to write home about, that's for sure.
I think it was the right call, but I think I would have preferred to see an attack on Mysterio first.
Yeah.
Pure, at least he has two, so looks like he'll get damage through and be able to pick up the scroll, the alien chip.
Yeah, so we're going to see 2 damage through, but Mysterio's going to gain 4 power.
Yep, one from the blank, one from the leadership, and two from the damage.
All right. This is another situation where it's like you do damage to Bill and he advances, but then he of course can aggressive back onto the point. So Mysterio is like he's in a bit of a situation where he's not going to be able to move Bill very far.
Yep.
Okay. So, let's see. What are we going to see now here? Awk. We have 3 against 4. We could see a pass because Steve
Yeah,
is like out of nowhere. Black Panther's there though. So the question is like do you try to deal with Black Panther
I think
before he
even if
activates
you,
or
I think even if you can, I think because of Garn's ability to daze a model and not lose prio, I think I would try to take care of Vision here, just to remove that activation. and keep the potential to throw anyone who would come in that ambush with do you know who I am? Like just move punch vision fairly hard, probably bump into him. Um, just remove an activation and put a character on his injured side to make sure they don't contest going forward.
Yeah, putting only needing 2 damage through on vision. Eight on 5. It can happen. I can get.
Like realistically, you only need to do 2 damage because of the nothing stops the Juggernaut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's like, but man, I don't know. I mean, I would probably go for it here. The decent upside. Yeah, why'd he bring robbery and not Rhino? Well, that's a question for the post game for sure. So we'll ask him about that.
Because here, if he passes, I think you can just go with Vision, move to the central point, throw Doc Ock at Shadow King, and probably squeeze a fair amount of damage. Already put Doc Ock off the point, um, and put Vision in a relatively safer spot.
Is he in a spot? Do you think he can single move onto the middle?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so too. Here we go. All right, good call on the line there. Looks like he's gonna take it.
Gain 2 power. Oh.
Man, I would he's gonna slide. I would
I would
consider.
punch.
What about spendering and then that
Oh,
way? Oh, he's gonna
he's playing.
throw.
Oh, I am. All right.
Interesting. I would have considered doing the spender there because if you hit the wild, you also get the slide, and you're
Yeah, that's
rolling 10 dice.
yeah, that's what I would have gone to, and might as well if you're doing the spender. Could arguably want to do it in Agent Venom.
So he looks like he opted. He tried to throw something. He threw Agent Venom, or what's going on here? He
Throw
played Brace
Vision.
already.
Yeah, I think he said he was going to throw Vision at Agent Venom
All
and
right, and then
Brace.
there's like the actual okay execution of it. Okay, so he's got Brace down, which is good. Means Ock's gonna have more things to do on that side. Same with Lizard, and let's see how this goes.
Punch. Uh, Not terrible attack roll here, and relatively
There's
poor
the
defense.
2 though. Let's see if the crit saves Dutch's vision. It
Nope.
does not. He gets. Hold on. He's now gonna take the 2 damage, and then Juggernaut's gonna be able to ping him for the last one, which is happening right now. There he goes. So there we go. He hit the line that you mentioned, and it worked out for him. So, and he burned Brace. He traded cards effectively, right?
Which, if you're up on victory points, is a thing you don't mind too much. Just trading resources, as long as you're still ahead, I honestly think you don't mind it too much.
Yeah. The only issue here is that now Dutch has 2 extracts to Grrn's 1, so
Yeah.
it's the VPs might swap back, and we might see a tie at the end of this round. Let's see how it goes though. But Ox taking a shield right now.
So taking two. I don't like the line of going into Doc Ock here, just because if it deals damage, it opens up his throw. And I think with Steve's defensive ability, I would have much rather see him shake the root there.
Yeah. So now, um, hmm.
Because now what it lets Garn do is just effectively have Doc Ock move twice and throw a model, which puts him in a better control position, right?
Yeah, he can throw. So the question is, would you throw? Um, he might just be able to throw Bill on that. I don't know if that range 3 is gonna get him there, but it might.
I would
And then
think so.
what do you think? Do you think that range 3 on Bill there, and then just
Yeah.
attack and then attack twice and just stay there maybe, or like if he wants. But the rotation is good too. Like you could rotate and like you said, and then displace a character, and you're swapping VPs, and you're keeping him out of danger, more out of danger.
Yeah. That's what I would Probably that's something I would try to. I'd try to do something along those lines.
Yeah. Okay, well, it is Grrn's turn to go, so let's see what he ends up doing. I'm sure. I feel like Ock is the activation here. He's the most in danger.
I agree. I think he's really exposed to Black Panther just doing mantle and wrecking Doc Ock. Here. Yeah, seeing plenty within 3 of Bill. One of the things he could do. Oh no, Shadow King's only on 2 power. But you could fish for like a throw on Bill just to trigger things like tricks and traps. Shadow King's Nightmare Vision if he had the power. Still a lot of options there.
Right, right. Yeah, then I forgot about Nightmare Visions as well. I wasn't thinking about it, but that is
Maybe just a
fair.
builder here from Doc Ock into Bill, I guess.
I don't. Did you check the range on it?
Yeah,
I would assume this is Panther if he. Uh,
he was.
it is
Yeah,
Panther. He
so
got
Panthers
4 because the
talking
double
2
wild.
4. Yep. Which I think you're not too mad about if you're
Yeah,
Garn. Because
yeah.
now you can still do your spender. Um, hopefully give bleed, poison, and shock to whoever you punch, and still have enough power for your throw.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it now. But every time I do the spender, it always fails for me. It does not do what I need it to do, and then I'm always disappointed. So let's see if he chooses the spender, I'm gonna. I just man, it's a bummer.
I mean, he has the power for it, right? Like, I think you'd rather do that spender instead of the builder, right?
I mean, the builder's pretty freaking good. The spike potential on the
That's true.
builder is just obscene, right? So it's
That's true.
yeah, but I can see like I still do the spender when I have the power to do spenders and throws, especially because this leadership will like, especially in this game against a team that is also willing to throw hits, and you're gonna get lots of power anyway, so you might as well spender. I think the conditions on Black Panther there would all be very
Very rough.
good. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, he's looking at a move throw off of um onto Steve
Yep.
there.
Which I don't dislike. Just like it hard denies a VP. You're not too mad about it.
Yeah.
So right, Skarn only has Mysterio left against Panther and Agent Venom.
Hmm. Would you have liked to seen the Steve get thrown towards Mysterio?
No, I don't think so. I think that would probably be a little putting Steve back into bodyguard range of too much of his own models.
Yeah, fair. Um, the only other question I have currently is like we may do. What do we see in Avengers Assemble on Steve just to get a VP back? I
Yeah, I
guess.
think depending on because he has last activation, he can actually save it for like the end.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth considering just because like it's a full VP, right? Here I think we see a pounce trying to dodge the tricks and traps uh successfully.
Yeah, it looks good to
Yeah.
me.
Doc Ock. Uh which blocks it all like a champ.
Ooh, man, Doc Ock.
Now we see
I was worried about him being standing right there by Panther. All right,
now we
Panther's
see
gonna pay
Mantle.
for Mantle. Yeah, there it goes. Let's see if it works.
Yeah. Block one so far, which is not looking good for the good Doc Ock.
Oh no.
A pretty bad rule, but
Oh
if you're
man, so
when you roll
far.
like that, you're glad you paid for mental.
Yes, yeah. Let's see if it converts and it fixes itself.
Three of them
Oh,
convert,
there we
so
go. There we go.
a full 3 damage.
Yeah, putting Nock at 1 health. Um, wow, that's
Pushing him into the barrels.
this is why I was like, if you're kind of all in on Panther at this point, and the spender looked that good, because then you would have shocked him, and I don't know what that would have done differently here, but it would make, like, the shock would just help out, I think.
I
So
agree.
I feel like, but of course, like, hindsight is like, yeah. So let's see what Panther does with his second action.
Are we seeing a Black Panther
Oh, we
spender?
are. He just spent 5 power, it looks like. So he juiced it up an extra 2. That's going from, that's an 8 dice energy attack with full rerolls. Oh man, look at that Panther roll. Oh my goodness. Oh man. He just, oh my goodness, he's,
I honestly on 1 HP, I don't think that was necessary,
but look at
uh,
that. But hold on, like,
yeah,
okay, he
3,
barely
so
gets it. He
barely
barely,
get it.
I mean, he got the wild, so like the wild would have it guarantees it anyway, right? So, um, because of the explosive force trigger, but he got
Um,
him. He basically just was like, I need to take this guy out,
yeah.
and he did that. All right, this is a pretty messy, lots of violence on both sides here.
Both players choosing to brawl each other, and here I was talking about a control game where we were going to see models getting pushed around, and it's a slap fest. Ben Right Mad would be proud.
That's good. The all right, so what do we think here? Do you think Mysterio just goes into Bill, which is kind of crap, or does he or does he take a move action and just start attacking into Panther here? He'd have to sacrifice a
Yeah,
VP. It's tough.
yeah. I think I'd check if Mysterio could cross the distance, which I don't think he
No, I
can.
don't think so. He's going into Bill since he's not moving.
Yeah. Ooh, very strong start from Mysterio.
He's got the
Uh,
damage
yep.
and the blank. Interesting that Bill can get hit twice by tricks and traps, right? Once from the movement on the attack, and then again with the
One from
aggression.
aggressive.
Yep. So Bill only having 1 power as well means that he he's like, if he gets chipped a bunch of times here from these Mysterio activations, like, it's going to mean he's not going to have a lot of power through the damage. So let's see if that ends up being the case.
Yeah, I think that's the right call for Grrn. Just trying to move and bully Mysterio around, force him to spend a bunch of power, and cripple him as much as you can.
Yeah. I do like, yeah, definitely get him off the point to make him have to use
Yeah,
aggressive, and now hit him with that tricks and
forcing
traps
out.
here.
Yeah,
Because you don't even need to. You're not too concerned about, like, not getting damage through here, because you've got so much power,
yeah,
and that and you're already in the spot where you want to be in, basically. Like, you're already in position, so you don't need to move around.
and you still have good chances of refunding one with counting blanks. So here nothing, but at least you refund one. Refund one.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna see the aggression here, I would imagine,
Yeah.
and then we'll see the tricks and traps again. All right. Let's see if it pushes something through this time.
Yep. And then Mysterio still has another action after that, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
Do we
All
see
right.
the other tricks and traps?
I would imagine here. The only thing I can think of. Oh, see.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure if, you
not
don't
sure I
want to do
like
that.
that.
But the only other thing I can think about here is saving power for Grand Illusion. Like, that's the only other reason
Yep.
why you don't just, like, play tricks and traps every single chance you get at this moment in time. Um, But
But I
let's see
think
if
if
he's gonna go
you
for it.
want to save your power for Grand Illusion, you might as well just do a spender here, right? Hopefully get the throw if you deal damage, and on a wild you still stagger Bill, which cripples him really hard.
Right, right.
And even if you don't get your, no, you would need to get your blank in order to have the power starting next round.
Yeah. So let's see if he they're thinking about it, or there's a decision being made here. He is doing it. Or no, hold on. We're seeing another attack. It looks like, yeah. So he didn't do it again. Doing another attack, gets it blank, and it looks like he might push some damage through here.
Ooh, 4. So dealing a whole 2 to Bill, very probably. Gaining 3 power, which I think lets you tricks and traps again.
Yeah. Look at that. He's at 9 power. He can hit the tricks and traps twice.
Yeah, and comfortably do so.
All right. I wonder what the thinking is here on Grrn's side. Just like move him. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you just force as much interaction as you can, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because here, if you manage to actually daze Bill and take the extracts away from him, it's a 2 VP differential, right? Mysterio gets to keep the secure, and he gets to pick up the extract,
Yeah, it would be it
which is
would
a
be
really
huge.
big win.
Super unlikely, but I mean, either way, even if you put him at low health, you're setting up like an easy opening line, or a pretty straightforward opening line next round.
And you still have Prio, right? So you can fairly easily just try to get rid of him with all 3 of your models nearby.
Yeah. All right. So there's the movement from tricks and trap, or from the attack. Now he's doing tricks and traps.
So watch him roll 4 and just daze Bill.
Oh, only
Just
one. He'll
forces Bill
pay.
to.
He'll pay to take nothing, and now he'll get too aggressive.
Yep. But no blanks on this one, so hopefully if he does it again, you want to hopefully get a blank to start next round with
Right.
4
Well,
plus.
the power phase puts you at 4, right? So
Oh, that's true. You're right.
I think I think that's why it's like I would do it now, because you're guaranteed to be at 4 at the beginning of next round. So
That's true. Good catch.
he's not, though. He's leaving it. All right. So that's Grrn's side done. He's holding 1 extract, and currently Juggernaut is holding 1 secure. So Grrn's looking at 2 VPs right now, but Agent Venom still has to go. So let's see what happens here.
Agent Venom going into Juggernauts. I can see why, because here if you squeeze the damage, you get to place, which is pretty good, and probably still get just another attack.
Looks like Juggernaut's going to pay 1 to take 1 here.
And then Agent Venom can just web swing. Um,
He's trying to get suit greedy with it, but I don't see it. There's no
oh no, I think that's
too small.
living too dangerously.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have it, you're just like giving 2 VPs to your opponent.
Right, right.
Just another attack here.
Oh, not great. Juggernaut blocks it all. So the question, I mean, I think I just moved to the other point.
I agree.
You want to, now that you've got the extract lead, you want the game to end faster,
Yeah,
and so you'd rather both teams get a VP on this bottom side of the board, and just makes the game maybe end around earlier. So looks like, let's see. The question is, does he play Avengers Assemble? So Grrn's scoring 2 VPs right now, and we've got
4.
um, and then we
Uh,
have, is it 4 for
yeah,
Dutch?
2 from Secures, 2 from Extracts, right? Panther and Agent Venom getting the Secures. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're.
Now he just paid for a 5th VP with Avengers Assemble.
Which I think is fine, and it just creates a bigger differential.
Yeah.
because now he scores 5 to Garn's 2, putting him at a relatively comfortable 2 VP lead.
Yeah. I can see all that. The this is looking like a 4 round game, something like that. It'll go to 5 if Grrn is able to take back uh, the alien
Yeah.
ships and fight back here. So it's interesting to
And
see how close this game goes if Dutch is able to squeak it out after 4 rounds, or even Grrn could if he has a very solid next round.
yep. And no one blowing up from the alien ship this round. Everyone's safe.
All right, what does Grrn do here to get back in this? We've got he's got
I think you
Bill
have
with 3 health.
tried Days Bill, right?
Yeah, but are you doing it with Mysterio? Are you playing Grand Illusion and then just attacking with Mysterio?
Oh, I'm not sure. It's such a tough call.
Yeah,
With Brace being already gone, I could see an argument for Lizards doing a spender and a throw on Bill. Um, but that might be too risky. Otherwise, 2 builders from Shadow King could do it. Like as soon as he does damage on the first one, he gets to move Bill out of the point and displace him again with Nightmare Vision because he's already on 4 power. Um, so I think here I'd go with Shadow King to try to daze Bill. I think he's your best bet.
I still think you play Grand Illusion now though. I don't see another chance for this to be better. All right, looks like I got a little bit of a game break here.
I think I'll do the same and just grab myself
Yeah,
another sparkling water.
nice. All right, here we go. Looks like
Yep.
Gurn's back. Yeah, I think you still pop Grand Illusion, just because like I feel like there's not gonna be a better chance, um, and like you really need Bill to go
To
down
come in.
here. Interesting that Scoundrels is like one of those maps where it's like either it ends up being just a dog pile on like one half the board. In this case, it's like there's every single uh, secure has a character on it, so it's it's um it's interesting how it's like being used to like the secure is being used like in its fullest. Here we go. It's popped. 4 power for Mysterio here. The question is, who's going to be the one that gets the job done?
Yeah, I think this is a Shadow King turn.
The only problem with Shadow King is he's holding an alien ship already, so he wouldn't be able to pick it up. Which
While that's true, Dutch doesn't have any good characters to pick it up, right? Like it would probably force Panther to like double move to pick it up, or Steve to double move and pick it up, and then they can
yes,
just
yes,
get dogpiled by both Lizard and Mysterio under Grand Illusion.
right. And on top of that, Mysterio of course has tricks and traps online, and then maybe even Shadow
Ooh,
King.
that looks like a Mysterio
Oh,
attack.
it is. But
Um,
that crit doesn't count for anything. So, um,
you
man,
can
but
just
no damage.
pay one, deny everything, and puts Mysterio in a real awkward place.
Yeah, yeah. There's where the more dice made of might have been helpful there. Okay, so he's really needing this one more attack here to follow through. And looks like he's gonna get some. Let's see if he converts more. No, but so he's gonna. Here we go. This is gonna be a tricks and traps situation to take him out. And it's not gonna be. It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah,
3 into 1. He pays 1 to take 1. Yeah.
yeah.
So, oof.
But here, Shadow King can also do his own, so that might be a big game changer having two of them active at the same time.
All right, so now do you hit him? Do you hit Shadow with Shadow King's power? He's got
I think
4.
I do Mysterio first, just because it's the less
Yes,
expensive one.
I agree.
See how it goes, then do
He's
that
eyeing,
one.
but he's eyeing up the Shadow King card, so you know that he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Let's see if yeah, I agree that Bill is like this is like one of the hardest characters to punch any trap damage through,
Yep.
and he's like he's trying to force it. So let's see if it works out for him or not.
Yeah, definitely a tough spot to be in.
Interesting thing too here. Yeah, he's gonna ask about this because like Shadow King
Yep.
can also trigger more tricks and traps, right? So
Yep.
um,
I think he's gonna ask if he has to wait to pay for the other one.
yeah, he's gonna ask about the sequential order of how this all works. Yeah, yeah, it's confusing because it's like, of course, this type of interaction doesn't come up very often.
Um,
Yeah, he's asking exactly what
yeah.
you thought you were
Trigger,
just gonna ask.
trigger them sequentially.
You might as well answer.
All right, just to make sure I am saying the right thing, he can trigger them sequentially, correct?
Yeah, he can, but he doesn't have to. He can pay for one at a time. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to pay for the second one unless he is actually about to use it.
Um,
All right, so it looks like we're gonna see a tricks and traps, I would imagine here. But yeah, that's the cool thing about this is that you could see a tricks and traps. And then oh, hold on, actually, I think he already paid for that first tricks and traps. Yes, he
he
already
paid
did.
for Mysterio's
So
trick.
you could see Shadow King hit him with damage with his tricks and traps ability, Nightmare Visions, and then that could trigger an advance on Bill, which would trigger another tricks and traps off Mysterio.
Blank
Um,
out
okay.
here.
Yeah, not great. Come on, guys, come on, traps. Let's do more here. Yeah, so let's get Nightmare Visions. Oh, hold on. He
Oh, oh,
doesn't
all
get the
right.
aggressive unless he um
Yeah. Unless his opponent,
maybe he opted or
maybe he
Dutch
opted just
did
not
not
do
do
it,
it. Yeah.
which I think would be fair just because Shadow King rolls 3 dice instead of 4. And because of damage reduction, it makes it a lot harder to trigger on Bill. So I think he'd much rather save his power for a better activation than
Right.
fight
Yeah.
to miss it.
And also Bill just moved to within he's still within 3 of Shadow King, so Shadow King can still
Yeah.
attack him.
Mysterio has another tricks and traps there. Showing 1, which Bill can just reduce.
All right. Bill's at
Uh,
2 power, but he's under Steve's leadership, so he still has his throw online.
and I think that's probably the worst case scenario if you're Grrn, because now Bill can just throw Lizard backwards a lot. Bill sucks.
Oh man, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, here I think I would just displace Lizard and double move Bill to be within bodyguard range of Steve to consolidate your victory points.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Oh, Black Panther going.
He's
I
gonna
think
try
this
to
is
take out
bold.
Auk here. He's letting Bill take some more punishment. And
Taking
this,
out the leadership is still a pretty decent option.
well,
Oh,
nothing
good
crazy so far. It's all blocked. Let's see if it converts with the rerolls.
just the
Ooh,
one,
yep,
which is not what you want to see.
yep. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna do it again. So it looks like Auk. I might speak too soon, but looks like Auk will get to activate this round. Let's see.
Yep, Dutch's greed might get punished.
Ooh, I don't know. They could all convert.
Oh,
Uh,
And he'll probably get to pounce afterwards.
yeah.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh man, that's brutal. Oh,
I
is that exactly enough? No,
no,
it's
he's
one
one
short.
hits, but then you still get the pounce, which probably does it.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna be gone now. Man, that's Panther. What a guy. What a good character. And look at that. He's one short, so he dies perfectly.
Nice.
Um,
Turning off that leadership is really, really big here. I think even if Garn manages to take back the alien ship, it's going to be hard for um, him to come back one model down, especially his leader.
yeah, very interesting here. He's gonna have to take out Vision if he wants to keep this game on some sort of an even level of some degree here. So let's see how what he ends up doing. He's gotta probably. I mean, you gotta go after Bill again, right? He's still under the Grand Illusion.
And here, Lizard's probably a decent pick to bully him. Shadow King's still available to try to take Bill out.
Yeah. And now Panther's gone, so the only way. Hmm, it's tricky now because now you don't have all that power online to like hit tricks and traps. So it's like no one would be scared to like, or Steve would be less scared to like double walk into where Bill is and pick up the alien ship if he goes with Shadow King here.
Yeah,
So I think Lizard might be just the better call at this point.
that's true. And you can still displace Bill off the points and still get decent attacks into him. Ooh, Juggernaut's an interesting pick. Try to um, take the advantage from the other side of the board.
All right, he's really looking for a big hit here. Yeah, because he's got full health venom that he wants to punch through.
Here, I think you want to do a spender probably just to go for that 10 dice and high spike potential.
Yeah. So then you just need the if you get the wild, you've got the auto push, or yeah, that auto ability. Therefore, pushing one damage through. Therefore, needing only 5 damage instead of 6 on the attack, if that's the case.
Which is not a bad start.
Oh
Oh, yeah,
wow, look at that. He might get it.
yep. 6 with the auto damage
He
just
got it. He got
does,
it.
does it clean.
Oh my god, that's perfect. He did it exactly. That's just absolutely bananas. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. Wow, that was very powerful.
Yep.
Um, so now and then he obviously picks up the alien ship.
And now because Vision is injured, he doesn't contest very well the
Yeah.
scenarios.
So he's just gonna stay on that point, but he's just gonna throw. I'm sure he's just gonna throw shot a couple beams into Juggernaut. The wild sap on the attack can take away the power before Juggernaut gets to use it.
Yeah, or honestly, just being able to double move and throw any non-Juggernaut model still a pretty valid option.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, we've got 3 models on Dutch's side to 2 on Gurn's side, so looks
Oh,
like
so with
Bill and
Bill
Mysterio.
going, punching Mysterio.
He's paid the power for the shield, removing the shield, so looks like he's looking to get damage through.
Oh, wow. All
Oh
right,
man, that's
that is
crazy.
really rough.
And he paid all
Uh,
that power too, so he's just going.
yeah,
That's
I think this is a case of better run away.
man. Dutch's initial rolls this entire game have been absolute garbage, but he's converted a bunch of rerolls. But man, he's had a lot of whiffs. Okay. Oh my!
Like,
Look at that! Look at
oh
that!
man, I think going into Mysterio again here is greedy.
It's pretty funny. I mean, it's funny because he got 1 damage through on this attack and got nothing through on the first one. It's actually pretty funny. I can't believe that just happened.
Yep, and
Mysterio does get stunned. Okay. Wow, that was kind of crazy that just happened like that. So,
Now here with Lizard and Shadow King left, if you're Garn, who do you go with?
well, now at this point, you've got so you have two extracts, and
Two,
you
you're
yeah you
tying to secures, but you still have Lizard being able to displace Bill.
for hmm yeah I think I mean you're you're gonna score 4. I think I'm seeing Gurn scoring 4 here, and Dutch also scoring 4, probably if I had to guess. Like, um, but let's see here. We've got a move action from Shadow King into Panther,
Going into the
probably. Yeah.
points and presumably do a builder into Black Panther. Yep.
All right.
Ooh, that is so far pretty decent.
Oh, decent block here, but he's gonna looking like yeah, damage goes through.
Yep.
So 2
Healing.
damage through on Panther. No wild though, so he's just displaced, but still
That's
pretty
functional.
decent. Now, do you hit him with tricks and traps?
I don't think so. I
Oh,
think
yes,
you.
he's going to. He's going to. I mean,
Is
you've
he?
got Prio with Panther. I mean, you've got Prio, right? You can just like,
That's true. But for me, I think the biggest issue is having Shadow King still taking a bunch of damage. But that's true. We can go with Mysterio first, then. Yeah,
Shadow King's gonna heal that. He's gonna take all that damage off him though.
there you go.
What's oh, there's the tricks and traps. It doesn't work again. Oh man, he's not had the tricks and traps luck this game.
Yep.
All right, it's crazy how much power has Mysterio has like lost and like not converted into anything.
Oh wow, no healing, no tricks and traps on Shadow King. I think that's pretty bold.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Yeah, I thought the healing was for sure what I would have expected.
And now it's not a push, so Shadow King could do Nightmare Visions into Vision,
Ooh,
but then
yeah. Let's see if that happens.
still gets exposed to be like Beam or
He's
Throw.
doing it. That was only a single move, right, from Vision.
Yep.
So it's like he's still gonna be able to just move again and do that and throw him.
Ooh, 2
Whoa!
damage
Look at that! Look at that! He only rolls 3, and this time he gets 2. Like that's
and gets to
man.
another Vision.
Oh, but no, hold on. He doesn't know. He's not seeing that Mysterio only has 2 power, or maybe he. I don't know if he like he maybe he sees it, but Um, I don't. It doesn't. This doesn't look like the optimal play based on Mysterio's power level, power
I
count.
don't like. Yeah, I think moving Vision away is the right call because otherwise he could just stay on the point and throw Shadow King, which now he'll probably get to do just to take the secure. And if you throw him into like terrain or anything, he's still probably gonna get hit by the alien ship.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So okay. So we see obviously the Nightmare Vision was why he didn't heal himself.
yeah,
Which I can see it all working out. All right. Well, all right. So then, yeah, you want to use the throw push function on the toolbar, which is I think what they're doing. All right. Anyway, yeah, Shadow King is going to be displaced off the point. He's still holding the alien ship. There it goes. That missed. That misses. There's yeah. It's a clean throw. All right.
no,
So we have Lizard and Steve to go still. So Steve's now going to be able to throw uh
back to
some
Shadow King.
shields into Shadow King. Yep, that could get him. If only 4 health with 3 defense, like you're nothing now. Uh,
But here is Steve in range of picking it up.
yeah, maybe not. All right. So will Lizard take out Bill here?
Yep,
Looks like he's paying 3
for the
for a
throw.
throw. It's a short throw. A key thing about this is that you're gonna if you do it looks like he's throwing him into a spot to not attack him at all.
Yeah,
So he might just be he's gonna All right, very interesting. I thought he
Yeah,
was gonna.
denied the point for vision and probably set up
He's setting
sacrifice.
up sacrifice. Okay. Um,
Yeah, I like
he's.
that play.
It's all right, but like a shield throw, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like you could lose it all anyway. Shield removes cover. Sacrifice also removes cover effectively, so it's like I can see that reasoning working out.
I also like the play because it slows the game down, like it makes Dutch score one less VP and give you more breathing room to climb back up.
Yeah, I think it's all right. Bill is still holding the alien ship though, so it looks like he's maybe trying to just daze Bill on the key turn to that will score out the game maybe.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
All right, so we're seeing a throw and one block looks like it's a Shadow King, so one damage through on Shadow King. No ricochet, so we have got one more action left. I think this is where you see sacrifice.
I agree. Just because it also puts Shadow King outside of the alien ship damage range, uh, it makes a pretty big difference.
Oh yeah, yeah, good call on that. Yeah, he goes back down to 2 and therefore doesn't roll on it. Yep,
The one risky thing is
as the
that if
ricochet.
yes, like if he hits Ricochet on Lizard,
But
like you're
that's the problem too. It's like he's got a 55% chance to hit the ricochet with 5 dice or whatever. It's close enough to that. So man, a little bit of a gamble, of course, but
oh, he's gonna take it.
interesting.
Does Steve
Let's
claim the
see
life
if
of the Shadow King?
yeah, let's see. Oh,
So far,
okay,
one block. So
only 2.
dealing one, but
Okay,
getting the Ricochet into Lizards.
all right. So now that means Shadow King is in a danger zone on the alien ship.
Yep.
He did get the wild, so ultimately maybe the sacrifice was the proper. Holding it was better. Lizard looks like he's taking 1.
Two, right? Oh
With
no, you're
damage
right.
reduction, I think, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And
So
now Shadow King's just in range of getting taken out by the alien ship. Um,
okay. So yeah, he also Lizard also ties the middle because Vision is injured. So
yep.
it means that Dutch is only end up ending scoring with 2 points, and we've got 4 points for Grrn. Look at that! It's a good comeback round for Grrn.
Now, oh, just the one on Shadow King. Oh, when it doesn't hurt Vision, only hurts Lizard. Rough.
Okay, yeah, we're close on Vision, but not close enough. The all right, well, Grrn has priority here. I mean, this seems like an obvious Shadow King activation as to start.
I
Is there? Do
I
you
think there's
agree?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I don't think you have much of a choice. Either like your 5 threat is back on 5 damage out of 6 health. That heal 3 is going to be pretty relevant. And if you can get rid of Vision or displace Steve, you're not that much in danger from anyone else. Um, so I think you'd have to chance it.
Yeah, and even the even get like if you get some good attack rolls here with those 6 dice Mystic builders, Panther like trying to come into you is like it could be dangerous, right? Because the triggers could just get them. And of course, like it could advance, like it just you could advance him into Mysterio, who could also hit the trap. Who hit the trap? You've got it's very puzzling. Let's see. Yeah, the ceiling here on Shadow King's activation could be pretty cool. He is a little bit protected right now with sacrifice. However, Vision can displace him. So if Vision came off the board, it would be
It would be a
it'd be
pretty big
big
deal.
play. Yeah, big deal for sure.
Oh, within 3 of Panther, like, if he manages to take both Panther and Vision off the board this round, like, just dazing Panther and KOing Vision, it could be really big.
Oh,
Uh,
nothing
ooh,
really good. Cover too,
ooh,
right, on
yeah,
Panther,
so that's
so...
the full 0 damage on
Ooh,
what?
Panther is not taking cover here.
Alright, that is a bold choice.
I think that's just a
I
blunder.
missed yeah.
Um,
That's a good it's gonna be a good question to ask players after that. Because now Mysterio gets the tricks and traps Panther and maybe just get the days right there.
yeah. So we're gonna see it. Here we go. He
Wilder Crit.
needs it this time. Let's see if he converts this time.
2 of them!
Oh, two double. All right, he overdid it, but he gets the blank too. So you love to see it on Mysterio. All right, and Panther goes down there. That's a victory for Grrn. Let's see if he is able to push damage through on Vision, who's got 4 Mystic Defense in cover. It's a tough ask for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think you wanna probably heal yourself first. Oh, are we seeing a spender?
Okay, I got to look at the card for that one. Uh,
Uh, it would be 10 dice. Oh no, they're not within range 2, right? So he couldn't do the spender.
okay, yeah. Oh, and no cover. All right, interesting.
But
Astral
they're not within
Disintegration.
range 2,
Yeah, so
so
no range on that one.
yeah, I think that's what we're seeing both players realize.
Realize. All right. Well, I mean, 6 dice,
Yeah, I think you just
Mystic.
heal, do your builder, and hopefully fish for Nightmare Vision after.
Yeah.
It's a really tight game. Really glad to be watching it today.
Yeah, this definitely can go either way still. Like the Juggernaut, down there full health with an alien ship. It's basically he's like guaranteed to score
Ooh,
2 VPs.
that is
Oh
5.
man,
Wow,
that could be a kill right there. Oh,
6.
6, the conversion. That's
That
huge.
is
Oh, and he blocks
ridiculous.
nothing. Oh my goodness, dude. Vision goes down in one shot.
Yikes.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Yeah, that's just like straight
That was
brutal here.
crazy. Holy crap. Oh
Shadow
my
King's
goodness.
been really clutch this game. Like, I'm glad to see him do some work.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's crazy because it's like he was on 2 health like last round and he was unable to be taken out, and now he's back at 2 health now with really only Captain America again to threaten him. Looks like we've got Venom going into Juggernaut. I wonder if we're going to see a grenade throw into Juggernaut here.
Yeah,
He
that's what
is,
I would
yes.
expect seeing 3 dice getting rolled.
Yeah, so he paid the power for the grenade. Oh,
Oof.
dude. Yeah, Gurn one-shotting all game. I know, right? It's crazy. Um, okay, so no damage but an incinerate. That's what we saw. So now it looks like, what are we going to see? A spender, you think, here? 7 dice? Oh, are you going to see a terrain? We might see a terrain throw into a builder.
I think I would be a little more
Spending 4.
ambitious. Oh, yep. I think we're going to see the spender. I think I would have honestly preferred Agent Venom to pivot down the middle and throw Lizard and Shadow King and hopefully get a beam into both.
Yeah, I definitely agree
That
with
is
that.
a very good attack roll so far.
Yeah. Didn't get the hit wild yet he didn't get the hit wild to get the trigger, but he is rolling 6 and a nothing. Juggernaut's paying 1 to take 5.
And there's still a size 3 terrain right behind, right? Which
Yeah.
you get to throw and hopefully daze.
You could do it, definitely, because it's like effectively a size 2 with the damage reduction. And Juggernaut only has 2 health left. He needs to make a big block here.
There we go. This one
Oh,
blocks it all.
man, blocks it
Oh,
all.
that is
Jeez
super rough.
Louise, man. Dutch is playing well. He's making a lot of good decisions. It's just that like they're just coming up a little bit short. Oh man.
Yep. Like leaving Shadow King on 1 or 2 every round
I
of the
know,
game.
that's absolutely brutal.
Devastating. Like that's one of the things. Like when you read his card, like he's relatively fragile, but if you don't manage to get him down and he just heals back up every time and still controls you, like As we're seeing here, he does a surprising amount of work.
Yeah, I know this is wild. Actually, I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched a Shadow King game before. I'm pretty sure this is my first one, and this is this is absolutely wild. I've only heard people talk about games they've had with him. So, all right,
So here
Juggernaut
he's
is
rolling into Agent Venom. Oof, no blocks. Yikes. Uh, yep, that's just a dead Agent Venom because he can now just push himself into him and kill him straight away. And
dude, this is insane.
ugh,
He just one shot Agent Venom. He one shot
twice.
Vision. He one shot Agent Venom like twice.
Yes. And
And
being down two characters at this point is gonna make coming back a very uphill battle.
oh jeez, I can't believe this is crazy. This game is just like it just swung so heavily in Gurn's favor this in round 4 here. Um,
Absolutely. At least for us, commentating and the people watching it makes for very good and very entertaining
yeah,
spectacle.
of course. This is definitely lots of back and forth here. So let's see what Steve can punch through now. All right.
All right, I'm gonna rub a little salt in the game, but in our WTC chat, one of the team members poked Dutch, knowing when you called out your dice, you 100% jinxed yourself, and here we are.
He said Dutch was saying how he usually has good dice
Yep, at the
and
beginning, and
that's good. That's good. That's a classic. Oh man, he's getting connived. His dice have betrayed him. This time, actually, this was a good roll here. So he actually is putting. Oh, that was the ricochet off of the first attack. So here we
nice.
go. Like a little bit of a bounce back. We could see a double, a daze on Shadow King into a ricochet KO into Lizard. Let's see if we
Yep.
see the ceiling here.
Oh, two crits. Only
Oh.
one of them need to convert into wild. Here we
Oh my
go.
goodness,
Are we
there it
seeing the
goes.
double days payback?
Okay, he does.
Oh
He won't pick
no!
it out. He's just short, so no picking up.
But if
But
he gets Lizard there, it's gonna be huge.
yeah, exactly. It'll just be Mysterio left against Bill for the end of the round. Very interesting here. No, so this is the Steve's second action. So hold on though. I can Steve play battle plan on himself because he can place within 1, I believe, off battle plan.
That is correct. We see two.
Oh,
Lizard blocks
block!
it.
Oh, he blocks and lives on 1. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I think here would be a good moment to battle plan.
There
You
it
don't have
goes.
characters left. Yep.
Yeah, you might as well. If it's going to get you a VP, you might as well play it at this point. All
Yeah, but
right.
now the rough thing for Dutch is that it lets Lizard just move and displace Steve and pivot to the other side of the board to score another VP. And that's going to be really hard to come back from.
So are you saying you would throw Steve and then you'd move back to the middle,
I think
or
what
would you just like maybe you
approach
just
like
like just double
two?
walk to the back? I don't know. Maybe you just um
Hmm. It's a tough call, but I think I would.
he's
Yeah,
looking at setting up flipping Steve on this round here with Mysterio and picking up the piece. So the interesting thing though is that like Mysterio is about to get thrown medium from Bill.
is Mysterio within 3 of Bill?
I think he is based on like how close that medium
If
tool is to
he
them.
is,
Yeah,
because
it's
if
like
he is, I would try to just take out Bill.
yeah,
Um,
I agree.
as unlikely as it is.
Has Dutch already used Eyes on the Prize? No, he didn't use it. But of course, like he didn't. I don't think he. I agree that he definitely should have played it because this was the best time to play it. But
It's at the start of your character's activation, right? So, would you know
yeah,
for
but
certain?
you kind of had to like believe that you were gonna hit Shadow King, like you were gonna take him down. You just had to like believe in yourself there. Um, All right, so it looks like Lizard is going to where Steve is, and is going to um okay, so he's gonna probably do a spender and
Yeah. So we see Steve buffing up
um
his defense dice.
he's gonna do a
With
spender into him, and then he's gonna throw him into Mysterio's tricks and traps, I think, or something like that. Or no, he doesn't have tricks and traps, but
Steve blocks Silver
oh,
2,
there's a good
which
block.
means he's gonna get crippled by conditions which are bleeding slow.
Okay, so 1 damage, bleed and slow into Steve,
Um,
and he's rooted as well, so it's lots of conditions on him here.
yep.
And now we're gonna see Lizard toss him, I'm sure, so that Mysterio can hit him twice, or like that be the thinking. But Bill's gonna then disrupt that with a throw, displacing Mysterio, I would imagine.
This is a short throw.
Oh, yeah, this should be a short throw.
Um,
You got it?
yeah.
Oh, they got it. They're fixing it.
Looking at tricks and traps. Yeah, not forgetting healing factor. Because for those who don't know, healing factor is optional.
Oh, did he
Uh,
forget it? Oh no, he got it. Good. Yeah, yeah.
no, he got it. But it is optional.
It
You can
is.
actually just forget and lose it. So,
Yep.
useful reminder to not forget your healing factor.
All right. So looks like he is
Yeah, I
opting
like
to.
that play a lot just because it puts um, Bill back in range of bodyguard from Steve, and also makes him win that ambush token.
Right, right, because Lizard is injured. He hasn't thrown Lizard,
But I would
but
probably throw Lizard at Mysterio or Shadow King.
yeah, I'd probably just throw him. I would don't know actually where, but
Yeah, just make sure you
put him at
provide,
1 damage. Yeah, because then you have priority. Dutch has priority next round.
and you can throw him again into Shadow King to KO Lizard and deal a good amount of damage at Shadow King. But now Steve is in danger.
All right, yes. So this could be. He needs to get this
Oh,
token back, right? He's only got one. Grrn only has one, so he's trying to fight and get this one back. Nothing there.
he blocks it.
Ooh, not looking good. Not looking like he's gonna get it back this time.
Yep. No, so far 2 with a crit. Against 1, he might just get it.
All right. So he does get the blank as well. So he's gonna score. He's gonna get 2 power here. Mysterio is stunned, but the 2 power is gained from 2 different sources, and so therefore it kind of like bypasses this stun
Yeah.
mechanic. So all right, so he's just making sure that Steve is gonna be within the medium tool range, which is a rough estimate for making sure if he drops the token, Mysterio can pick it up. So let's see, he's looking for a double wild or crit or a combination of them.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, all right. Well, he gets the blank, so looks like he's gonna be dazing Steve early next round is maybe the idea. All right. So what are we scoring for points then? We've got 3 for Grrn, and we've
And
got three
3
for
for
Dutch.
Dutch. So it's
Wow.
still anyone's game, but I think your Dutch has a pretty big edge with the way he's set up. Um, just Bale being able to maybe take out both Lizard and or Mysterio and or Shadow King could make a pretty significant difference.
Yeah, I think yeah, it looks like when you look at it and you see only 3 models left for Dutch, and you see 4 models for Grrn, it's like a little deceptive because Dutch's opening superpower is going to be to take Lizard off the board
The
and
other
push
reason,
damage through on Shadow
yeah,
King.
I agree. The other scary thing for Gurn now is that his Juggernaut is relatively exposed, and Panther could very well just move Pound's Spender and take him out. Uh, and that would be a huge VP swing there.
Oh yeah, right. Juggernaut being at 2 health is a problem. So these are the alien ship rolls.
Yeah,
It looks like
he
Steve
wasn't.
takes a damage and is now living on 1 health here. So man. Oh, and also like if we didn't say this too, but like if Bill rolled a skull or a wild there, Lizard also would have got KO'd. So
Yep,
he
that's
didn't.
true.
I think Dutch was probably secretly hoping for 1 wild, because then he could have negated the damage on Bill, but still caught Lizard. So he didn't get it, and he's gonna have to use his probably is going to be using his superpower immediately to
Yeah,
shut him down. So let's see how it goes. This is a pretty interesting match. I think this is probably gonna be the last round. So let's see who can take it here.
here if you're Dutch, what's your go? What's your first round activation?
I think I mean it's gonna be oh man. I'd love to see that range 3 on Mysterio. I think he's out though with Bill. Um it's tough because you have to throw Lizard, which puts you at 1 power again. So it's like you do. I don't really
It's a
have an
tough
answer.
call.
I don't really have a great answer here. Maybe you don't go with Bill.
Yeah, that's what
May
I was thinking. I think maybe Panther moving and getting Juggernaut is the play there.
Oh, I think you still get Lizard because I think you still get Lizard here. I just don't. I'm not.
In which case, do you go with Steve?
Yeah, but the pro it's tricky. It's so tricky because he's bleeding and he's slowed because of Lizard. I don't know. There's
Uh,
nothing. I think the Panther might actually. Oh, but then you've got Shadow King there to disrupt it. It's I can imagine Dutch is probably thinking like this is complicated. Let's just do the straightforward thing uh that is very guaranteed, which is there it is.
Lizard's not dazed. He's just off the board.
Yeah, yeah. They're gonna
Ooh,
resolve the
Shadow King blocks one, takes 3 damage.
oof. Yeah, this was the option here. Mysterio can tricks and traps. Bill though, oh my goodness.
Bill still has one for DR,
Yes,
which
he
I
does,
think,
he does, but still.
yeah.
This is crazy. This could just go terribly. All right, so there we go. Let's see. Um,
Does he tricks and
the
traps?
problem is if you do tricks and traps and push damage through, you are putting Mysterio in a spot to get killed with the shield removal. He
No,
doesn't get it, so I think that's maybe actually a good thing. Let's see what the rolls turn out to be.
I think Dutch going into Mysterio, hopefully spiking him. So far 2 into 3, so Mysterio's gonna block it.
All right,
Um,
gets a power for the blank.
yeah,
There it goes. Yeah, that was tough. I think you were basically stuck having to do something like this,
yeah,
just because you had to guarantee the Lizard goes off the board.
I
Currently, right
agree.
now, Grrn has last activation on the board, so
One of the things Steve and Bill can do is like just make sure to bodyguard and force a different order of activation. So here we see, ooh, a good Mysterio attack into whoever that is.
it could be either of them.
If it's
Um,
Bill, it just takes him out, right?
no, it was Steve.
It
Okay,
was right.
so
Good.
there you go. He drops the piece, and now
Yep.
he's. The question is, do you go after Panther, or do you go after Bill here?
I think you go after Bill.
I
Uh,
agree. Because this is the last round probably, right? And if you only have you only have one character alive on what is probably the last round of the game, then Have we already explained the robbery pick?
Yeah.
No, we didn't go over it in detail. We're waiting for him to play the card still. Yeah, so, uh, okay. I like the shutting down the Bill, dazing Bill, because then you only have one character. But he's going after Panther, it looks like. 2 damage.
Oh, blocks it.
Ooh, man, there's
Yeah.
Mysterio done.
And I think here, if you're Dutch, you go with Panther on Juggernaut and just like move, pounce, do the spender, and I think be in business because Shadow King is in a hard place to contest and try to take Bill out, which I think gives the edge to Dutch.
Does that the game would continue though, right? Am I unless I'm miscounting? Um,
Um,
all right. He's got a crit to roll here to take no damage potentially, and
takes
he's gonna
one.
take one. He's gonna take one. That's crazy. He's on one here. This is big. Panther has one more attack. He's gonna blow all his power though, right? He's
All but one, right?
yeah. Of course.
You pay 2, 3. Yeah, like you spend 7 power, 2 for mantle, 3 for the spender. That's 5 plus 2 for the. Yep,
And then
that was
that puts that would put Dutch, yeah, at 2
8.
VPs. 3
Uh,
VPs. Bill has, yeah, 3 VPs because Bill has a point and then Panther has 2 points,
yeah,
which would win him the game unless Grrn can stop him with Shadow King. So let's see if that ends up
it's
happening.
already a pretty good start for Dutch. Yep, and that's a Day's Juggernaut.
All right, so it's gonna come down to Shadow King moving and attacking with into Bill into cover.
Yep,
If he kills him, the game is over. If he just does 1 damage, the game is tied. Because he's gonna displace him off the point, and Mysterio, I think, right?
yeah,
Maybe I'm miscounting. Yes, no. I'm counting correctly because that means that Dutch or Gurn will have 2 VPs on secures and 1 extract, and Dutch will have the opposite: 2 extracts and 1 secure, putting them both at 16. If Bill takes only 1, but if Bill dies here, um,
it's game over.
it's game over, and Gurn would win 16-15. So this
And if,
is crazy. Here we go.
if
Shadow
Bill
King's
takes
spending 3
yeah
here. What's
to
he
heal,
spending? Oh, to heal. Okay, yeah.
and if Bill takes none, Dutch gets away with the game.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, that's a big. Oh,
whoa,
that's it. That's gonna
yeah,
be
that's a
game.
game.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Yeah,
G,
5 into. He takes the damage, drops the piece, and Gurn scores 3 VPs, 2 secures, 1 extract, and Dutch scores 2.
16 to 15.
Oh my
What
gosh,
a
Shadow
close
King gets it
game.
done, dude. That's crazy.
Carries at home.
Oh man. All right, let's see them put the scores on the board, and we'll jump in there, chat. What a ending. What a way to end the game with Shadow King just getting it done. All right, let's jump in.
Like Shadow King's six and traps is worse than Mysterio's, but he had more success with his
Yeah.
than Mysterio did.
Well, but his also moves you. I mean, it's a pretty powerful effect. It's just
You also just
way
rolled
less.
more successes.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Yeah, it's
that was that was an incredible match. Wow. Um, that was awesome. Gurn, what are your thoughts on Shadow King? Because we were loving what he was bringing to your team.
He's so hard to evaluate. I like Shadow King. I find my positioning is often not great, and displacing him is good. But man, that heal 3 just feels so bad on the other side. It has to, because it's like, yeah, he's a little bit soft, but he heals so much. It's
you use
hard
the
to his power's rough. So like, I didn't want to hold the 4 power a lot of times, but there were sometimes early I was just like, well, I'll put myself in a bad situation. Like when I dropped the token out there, I don't think that was the right call. In hindsight, I should have just walked back onto the point and tried to hit Panther or something, just so I was not out of position for the next several
Yeah,
turns.
I think what we saw ultimately was like um Shadow King would have felt horrible if though all those times he was left on 1 health, he got dazed. You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean? On the especially on the first time that happened. But
yeah,
because he was able to like live on one multiple times and just heal it back, it meant that we basically got to see like pretty close to what the ceiling as to what his kit can offer, especially
yep,
against a team that is like like putting him off the point constantly as well.
yep.
So it was yeah, I think there was a little bit of like living on one luck element there that paid off, but
Of course.
yeah, that was that was a wild game. I can't believe how many characters went from like basically zero damage taken to dazed or KO'd, especially Agent Venom. Dutch, um, what happened? How come you didn't roll good defense dice?
Defense dice don't matter until they do. They
Yeah.
don't count for shit until all of a sudden you roll well defensively. And I had some nice rolls with Bill. Like Bill survived way more than he had any right to. But then on the other side, Vision just got one like didn't get one shot, but he just got exactly what he needs to take out Vision, and then exactly what he needs to just one shot Agent Venom twice.
Yeah, that
Twice,
was
yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Uh,
I was hoping that Agent Venom would not just get one shot both times, but
Gurn, you brought This Is a Robbery. Was that a
Mhm.
mind game, or what were you
Yeah.
thinking when you were building your team?
It was definitely a mind game now. Like, here's the thing. I double checked. I was like, let me make sure I'm not leaving something out obvious. It just brought. No, I was trying to fit 6 wide, and it just this roster doesn't make it. And for some reason, I just had in my head that Rhino was in there, but he wasn't. So I mean, what I left on the table was probably mission objective or recal. So would they have been useful this game? Yeah, it's probably a recal moment that would have been useful. But yeah, just dumb.
Yeah, I mean it's totally reasonable. I mean, like I'm surprised. Do you have Brace in your list? I'm surprised. We were
No, no,
surprised.
no.
Okay.
So when you're running deception,
Oh yeah, there it was. Yeah, it was Deception.
but
That's right.
yeah, but it's also like I've been playing a lot without brace, like a lot, and I think it just forces you to spread your big guys out so you're not going to get thrown into each other. And just, I've been playing without it for a while, so I don't really miss it because I haven't played with it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. The you there was I don't maybe there were there any other key decisions or anything vodka blitz that you remember in the match?
No, not really. I think like for the most part, everything made sense. Really glad to see Shadow King into action in action. Like he did a bang up job here, and I think it was a good showing for him.
You had the Grand Illusion activation where you popped it, and we were thinking about you using Shadow King as your opening attack. Was there any other was there a consideration to play to activate, because you basically were like counting on dazing Bill, who had taken 3 damage at that
Yeah, it
point?
wasn't really dazing Bill. It was more. I just wanted to make sure that Mysterio didn't go down when this would have been a useful turn for it. And what I was trying to do was get Mysterio more into the middle with one of those tricks and traps, but he blocked every single one of them.
Right.
No, but it did occur to me midway that with Bill, like I mean, Bill's obnoxious, but with when I move him, I get to trigger it. When he moves back, I get to trigger it.
Yeah, and I love the combo synergy where you attack like you didn't get like the full combo off where it's like you attack with Mysterio, you move him into Shadow King's range,
Right.
who can then and then you play your tricks and traps, of course, and then you play Nightmare Visions, which then forces you to build a move again, which then hits another tricks and traps. And of course, like you didn't get to ultimately do that because like it just like you. I think you had the power to do it once this game,
Did.
but you
The
ultimately.
odds are so bad.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, I mean, I think against like if it was like Panther or something who was in that spot, I'm pretty sure like the call would have been different. But of course, like when it's Bill and he can reduce those trap damages to zero, that
yeah,
it's hard to it's hard to convince yourself to do it a lot of the time.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so some lucky dice rolls with Juggernaut one-shotting Agent Venom twice bailed me out of some places because I did feel
Yeah.
like my positioning was a little weak. Like I didn't see the like I should, but I just didn't see Panther being able to come in, pounce, and then punch Shadow King because what I was debating that first turn was just putting Ock right behind him so that he just couldn't move anywhere, and I should have done that.
Yeah, that would have helped Shadow King get a double attack off on round one against Panther.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that probably was a better decision. And yeah, Panther, like of course Steve changes the math on everything, and that's what Dutch's team kind of was doing.
Yep.
So
Just
yeah.
didn't think about it. Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for letting us stream the game. It was a very fun match to commentate on,
Good.
and good luck to both of you guys in the next weeks to come for the season 14 league.
Yeah. Right on, man. Thanks, guys.
Now I just got to submarine and win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
submarine it, man.
You got this, bud.
All right, see you guys later.
All right.
So yeah, have a good one.
All right, there we go. Season 14, week 1 game in the books. That was a lot of fun. Good game, and thanks, Vodka Blitz, for joining me on commentary. That was awesome. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.